Yes, I know I'm wearing a wrinkly shirt. Get over it. Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are doing a review of the new Bon Iver record, I. This is the fourth studio album from Justin Vernon and crew. It really has been Justin Vernon's group at this point, and he always gets the most credit. And what has Bon Iver done as a group? If you've been living under a rock for the past 10 years or so, this is an indie folk group, one of the most influential artists and experimental with writing some songs in isolation out in a cabin. It's a group that's known for really stripped back songwriting, but also very glitchy kind of production too, lots of falsettos, and yeah, just bringing folk to a higher relevancy in the 2010s. 22 A Million was the last time we heard from Bon Iver in 2016. This was written at the peak of Justin Vernon's depression and mental health issues. I only gravitated towards the singles on that, like many other Bon Iver records, and typically they seem to be the most enjoyable parts of his albums. This new album from Bon Iver, I, is focusing on art pop though. We have high amounts of sophistication, like we need another pretentious songwriter out there. Kidding aside, what that actually means is that we have an artist who is deviating from the traditional pop and rock song structures and just exploring more ideas with self and culture as a whole. So yeah, if you're into mainstream pop, this might not be your guy. Diving into this album's themes though, this is an album that represents the fall season. We had the previous album, 22 A Million, symbolizing summer. We had For Emma, which was personifying winter, and Bon Iver, which equated to spring. How does this record kick off though? We have the intro cut Ye, and it wouldn't be a Bon Iver record without song titles that I can't even pronounce. We have a glitchy intro on this one. It's about 30 seconds. I could go without it. It doesn't really do much. Like, we have the same kind of intro on the second track. Obviously, it's just being extended with this intro. It's kind of acting like this appendage. And that appendage is like this gas leak. It's this industrial vibe that makes it sound like it's coming from the new Flume mixtape from earlier this year. I like calling back to that mixtape so much. It's a good release. And that mixtape is like the only experimental thing I can reference in 2019, apparently. The second track on I, Me, I Am I, has some flourishes of horns. We have this setting of the scene for the fall. One of the better tracks on this album I want to get out of the way and just put out there as a recommendation is the song Faith, which is this acoustic kind of ballad. We have this acoustic guitar being played throughout the song, which is very sweet and angelic. We have some subtle hip-hop influence to the sub bass, and it's a really nice element to weave into this track for sure. It gives it this eclectic range of creativity, and the synthesizers that wash over the middle section of this song are absolutely grandiose and theatrical. Typical things that you would associate with art pop, and it's just elevating this sense of visuals when it comes to an album. I know that we're listening here, but like I see a lot of colors when I'm listening to it. And no, I'm not on any psychedelics. I'm not on drugs, okay? You, Man Like is another song on here. It has some Coldplay-like piano playing, which is something that would be right up my alley. I love some Coldplay. I just feel like it's cheaply and thinly produced. Naeem, if I'm pronouncing any of these titles correctly, this track on here swells with some horns and bombastic drum arrangements. It has this extremely compelling built crescendo. It's a song that has a dire sense of urgency to it. It's a pressing and critical tune, and with a catchy melody too. Some of the more glitchy production, if you're looking for that, I would recommend the song Jelmore, which is jumbled jazzy music, which is somehow captivating. And the closing moments to this record, Shaddai and Rabbi, are meditative. They offer some meditative closing moments. Not much melodically going on for them. They are mostly spacey and jazzy, that weird exploration of lush atmosphere. And this album as a whole, it's pretty buzzy. It's we've got lots of hums on here. It can come off a little underwhelming at points, but it's very atmospheric. It is captivating for that. And outside of that, I can only think of like some jagged sections that kind of turn me off. There are some subdued moments. There are gospel tinges to this album. It's likable. If I sit down and listen to this album as a whole, I enjoy myself. It's not one of the most amazing records, but it is good. it's definitely better than 22 A Million as a cohesive project. There's more than just singles here. So with that, I'm feeling a 6 out of 10. There's the review of the new Bon Iver record, I, Captain. I had to make the frickin' pun. Sound off down below in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking of this record. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching. And as always, have a rockin' day.